Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new Quarantine Bunker Studio. I am your man, recently out of Japan, jcontra, and I wanted to make a little channel update video for all of the regular viewers. And if you're new to this channel, first of all, welcome. And I also wanted to thank everyone for the outpouring of support that you all gave me in the comments. When I announced that I was leaving Japan, everyone was very understanding. And I'm just really glad to have people that actually care about my well-being, I guess in the internet space, as it were. I'm doing all right. My girlfriend's doing all right. We're transitioning. We've been here for about 3 weeks. I think by the time I'm filming this video, I actually have no idea when this video is going to go up because the house we moved into does not have. The person before us didn't have an internet connection, so I'm still using like phone internet, so I don't even know when I'm going to be able to upload this video to YouTube. Right now it's the beginning of June. Who knows when this is going to go up, but I can tell you that the next video that I'll be shooting will go into the reasons why I left Japan, since I was actually surprised people wanted to know that. So I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to the reasons why I specifically left Japan, and maybe we can talk about why you would want to go to live in Japan and why you may want to eventually leave. That's a whole different video. So the whole purpose of this video is sort of a channel update, where else you can find me on the internet, because I've got a few things that I've got going on. First, the new stuff. I've created an Instagram account, which is at Instant jcontra, using the power of video editing. I will have the name somewhere around here. I'm primarily focusing on two things. One, the cosplay photography that I've taken over my years in Japan. I'll be posting up those, and as well, I will be posting pictures of sort of inside video game shops in Japan, just the games themselves. I don't know if I'll be doing too much like interiors of the shops. I think I just want to focus on the games, and particularly the really expensive ones. I think for the last month or two, I've been doing the really expensive Neo Geo games that I was able to find, and I ended up taking so many pictures of games in Japan that I could post once a day for the next 2 years and still have some left over. So again, at Instant jcontra for my Instagram. So you can follow me there. As well, what I have been working on for a while now, and I now actually have the time to devote myself to it, is my website, www.jcontra.com. So what I will be posting there are blogs, which will just sort of be written versions of these vlogs that I make, as well as guides to where to go in Japan when you're looking for video games, how to read labels, the variance in condition, sort of shop reviews, all different kinds of things, but all related to my personal video game collecting and my collection, as well as guides to help you buy video games either outside of Japan or inside Japan. So that's my website, jcontra.com. The big thing I want to talk about in this video is the YouTube channel itself. Since you're watching this on YouTube right now, what is the future of this channel going to look like now that I am no longer in Japan? Well, for one, it's pretty much going to stay the same for right now. Before I left Japan, I filmed literally a year's worth of shop visits that I can react to. So it's going to be the same again, 2 videos per week, but the times will change. On Wednesdays at 2 p.m. America Eastern Standard Time, I'll be posting a vlog. Now, normally I used to post this at 8 o'clock, but apparently it's better for the algorithm. It's more easy for people to find it if I post it earlier in the day, but I'm keeping it to the same day. Wednesday, 2 p.m. will be vlogs like this video right here. The second video of the week will be the shop visit video. Now that will happen on Friday at 2 p.m. Normally it was on Saturdays, but again, from just the research that I've done on YouTube, it's much easier for people to find it, and it's more accommodating if I put it on Friday at 2 p.m. for the shop visit videos. That way it's ready for your weekend whenever you want to watch it. So the next 6 months, I really don't see much change in terms of the pace of the videos that I can produce, because while a lot of my time has been freed up since I left Japan, I have been using that time more constructively for a few side projects and a few things that I want to learn about. So yeah, for the next 6 months, it's going to be 2 videos per week, the vlog and the shop visit / shop reaction video. In terms of the exact content for what's going to be in those vlogs and shop visit videos, let's see, for the vlogs, well, I already talked about, next thing that'll be coming up is why I left Japan. I've got a bunch of games that I bought that still have the labels attached to them, so we'll be doing how to read those labels, and then I'll have companion pieces on my website where it'll be sort of like the written out version, so that when things get back to normal and you're able to actually go to Japan, you can have that as a reference for when you need to know about condition, what's actually included in the game, etc. So we'll have those label reading guides for whatever shops I wanted to buy games from before I left, as well as probably shop reviews. I think is going to be the real big thing, where I'm going to talk about customer experience, the quality of games, the kinds of games that you're going to find, like what's the difference between, say, Mandarake and Surugaya, as well as the other things that you can buy in those shops. As for the shop visits, where did I go? I pretty much went to everywhere in Akihabara that I possibly could before I left. I actually went around with my girlfriend before we left. I needed to get rid of a few things, like a small oven microwave. So I had to go to Hard Off and House Offs in the Kanagawa area. I found some really, really cool shops. And so I'll be walking you through those over the next few months. That's all I can really see on the horizon for right now. There are a couple of side projects that I might like to do for the channel. I'm really unsure about streaming at this point, just because of the time difference between, I really want to make my shows sort of US focused, because I'm from the US myself. So because of the current time difference of where I live, I don't really know if I can pull that off right now. I might be doing some things in Japanese. I'll let you know if that ever happens. I don't really know if I'm at the point where I can do that quite yet, and probably will be doing that on a separate channel. If you're interested in my opinion on games in Japanese, that's more just to keep my Japanese up when I'm out of the country. In terms of like the big picture kind of things, I have a ticket, so it was much cheaper when I was booking my ticket out of Japan to have it be a return trip. So I have a ticket going back to Japan in April. I don't know if I will actually be able to go back to Japan in April, just depending on a few life things. If I have the money to go on a big trip like that, I'm not really sure at this point, but that is scheduled. I will at some point sooner, hopefully rather than later, be going back to Japan. So I will be your man in Japan once again, if only for a couple of weeks at some point. Certainly at least once in my life, I'd like to go back, if not many, many times more. So to sort of wrap up the update, again, thanks everyone for your support and for your understanding as the channel goes through a little bit of a transition. Honestly, I don't think there's going to be that big of a change, especially over the next 6 months, definitely not the next year, in terms of the content that I'm putting out. You can expect more guides, you can expect more information, and I think maybe even things that will be more relevant to the people watching this channel, because I will now have the perspective of someone living outside of Japan. How are you going to get those Japanese games? My hunger has not been sated. I bought a lot of games before I left, and yet I still want to get more games. So how do you get a hold of those? I'll find out. I'll see if I can find out some of the more insider, some of the more tricky ways that you can find these games. Still working on that. Not sure what I'm going to be able to put out right now, but you can definitely expect some label reading guides and shop visit guides, as well as the normal shop visits and reactions that I've been making. As well, you can connect with me on Instagram at instantjcontra, again, over here somewhere, as well as you can find me on my website, jcontra.com. So that's it for this video. If there's anything you'd like me to focus on, again, I'd like to be doing more Q&As with your questions that you leave me in the comments. I would also like it if you told me what kind of content you want to see. I try to read the comments. I unfortunately haven't been able to read the comments right now, simply because I don't really have access to YouTube because of the kind of internet that I'm on right now. But once I am connected to the World Wide Web again, I will be reading your comments and taking your feedback. So yeah, that's it. I have been your man, not in Japan, jcontra, saying thanks for watching. See you next time, and mahalo.